Today is quite cold. After this bacon smells so good, man. They always cooking bacon when I get here, man. It be making me hungry. But today I want to share a little something with y'all. I want to talk about cold weather. For those who are working by portable setup, this is my first season with this trad pack. All right, and last year my system was a little different. I worked by pump sprayer, 2 gallon. Then I had a 3 gallon one, and the application involved with that is you would pre-spray the windows. The good thing about that is you can literally have 2 pump sprayers, one for outside and one for inside, because you don't want to go using that stuff on the indoors. Now, the stuff I like to use is Prestone de-icer, because I don't like to see blue stuff all over the ledges. Because sometimes it's so cold where you don't want to dilute it and you don't want to have a whole lot of soap in the water. But you see, spraying it down, she's locking the door on me. All right, she's going to have to open it back up then. But yeah, spraying it down, doing it this way, it's, for me, it's more of a convenience factor rather than dipping it in a bucket. And, you know, I threw my bucket down a long time. Actually, I threw my pickle bucket down a long time ago. So, your lines will freeze up if you don't have that stuff in there on them cold days. And you won't get anything out of that nozzle. That nozzle freezes quick because it's a small hole. It becomes clogged with ice very fast. So you gotta have your solutions pre-made in that sprayer. And like I said, keep one for outside and then one for inside. Now, today, this unit froze up on me. Now, I haven't really had a problem with leaving it in the car overnight, but for argument's sake, if you have this set up, for those who are getting this setup, you'll know how to handle and care for it so you can get the most out of your setup. It's best to just bring it in at night. And if you don't, it's best before you get to the job, you bring it inside. I usually put it on the floor in my passenger seat, and I put the heat on the floor, and that seems to do the trick. Or you just get hot water. But I don't think I'll have any problems anymore after that. I have the blue, not the blue stuff. I have this stuff. I'm going to show you. Now, that stuff actually helps repel the window. And it has water bead technology. So why would you want to keep the windows cleaner longer? Isn't the whole idea is to make sure we come back for repeat service? As long as the windows get dirty, we'll be cleaning them more often, wouldn't you say? Well, there's salt in the air, and that salt gets crushed on, and then the wind blows. It's blowing salt dust around, right? So you're using all that soap. Hopefully you guys know not to use all that soap in the wintertime. I guarantee you it'll freeze quicker than you know what. It'll freeze the moment you put it on there with all that soap. I like to see those guys who put a lot of soap. I like to see how y'all clean windows without all that soap. You can't do it because you're so used to using soap. But anyways, so salt is a very nasty thing. It gets everywhere, all right? Now, you see all the salt they threw? All the salt on that ledge, right? So what happens when you close out, it's not so much the window. When you close out onto the frame, your rubber will pick up that salt, right? If you're a straight pull guy, kind of a guy, you will streak the windows up. Without wiping your blade, you will streak it up. All right? If you're a swivel guy like myself, it doesn't matter because you can cut in from the center of a wet glass to eliminate the salt marks. All right? Straight pulls, not so much. You can do it, but you really gotta have an eye and you really gotta know what you're doing. It's not impossible, but for argument's sake, let's say the average person doesn't have a wagtail, which is true. Not everybody has a wagtail. Not everybody is going to use a one-pass tool out here on the window, especially when it has salt, because they think they need to agitate the whole window. This tool will get that glass clean, and I'm going to tell you why it'll clean it better than most tools, because it has a lubricating strip on there. That salt doesn't have a chance to touch the rubber this way, if this makes sense. All right, so it'll help eliminate the salt issues. Yeah, it's picking up salt on that pad, but as long as that pad is saturated, yeah, it may be salty saturated, but it's saturated nonetheless. And as long as it's saturated, you will not have salt marks, all right? If you go and keep trying to clean windows without that pad being saturated, you're going to be chopping windows up, and it's going to be a big salt, smeary, streaky mess. All right? So learning how to use this tool is one of the utmost things to learn how to do. A one-pass tool, all right? I have gotten these tools down to a science. So I could do the impossible. You see, it's all about saving time. But let me get back to work. That's today's little tip, man. Bring that unit indoors, guys. And don't leave it sit out to get the hoses and the fittings to bust. All right? But that's it.